Live killing on the show. Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly Meltdowns coverage of Sequester Season 3. Tonight, we have the Elimination interviews of Episode 6, Ty Howell and Kristen Williams. As always, I have Deb, and tonight we got Judd from Big Brother 15 with us, and he's a Sequester alumni. I cannot forget that, Season 2 and online. We got the camera issues fixed. I just want to say, just took a little Allison nurturing, a little, my little magic. Hey, look, magic. At least I could control that today because I couldn't control anything.
Nothing else.
Well, I almost didn't make the show tonight. I have a paper cut, and apparently I'm a bleeder because this is everywhere. Okay, anyway, but I'm okay. I'm not lightheaded. I'm all right. Just in case I go a little nuts during the show's loss of blood. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and bring in Ty Howell with us. He was eliminated first last night. It was a double elimination, and he is the official first member of the Sequester Jury. Hello, Ty. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are y'all?
Oh, we're fine.
Fabulous. Ty, I just want to ask you, do you have any, marks from the tire marks on your back from throwing yourself?
Oh God, I actually have a scar on
that bus heavy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but right around these lines right here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, those are tire marks from throwing yourself.
Those are from the rope on my neck.
Oh, yeah. From hanging yourself. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, we have to ask.
Funny throughout the show, people will be looking at me, and then I see them go and I'm just like, what? What did I do? And it's and they're looking at my fucking neck.
No.
That makes it worse too. Just the psychology of it, knowing people are like, ooh. And that makes you feel like it's so much worse.
You must do that a lot. Well, Ty, I have to ask. This is the question on everyone's mind, and I'm sure you're prepared to answer. Why expose that you knew Hunter during the Law and Order SVU style?
Okay.
Question.
I'm just gonna explain kind of what was going through my head.
Okay.
Because I think if I didn't know Hunter and I was asked who is the biggest snake, I wouldn't have gone for Hunter. I probably would have said Jayla or something. But having played with Hunter before and coming into this game together, there's just something in the back of my head where it's he wants to take me out before I can take him out. And I know that's in the back of his head, and it was in the back of my head. So as soon as I see this matchup and they ask the question that they did, all I'm thinking is he's gonna expose me right now. It's the perfect time for him to do it. And so I wanted to be the person to do it first.
Do you think he would have actually exposed you though if you hadn't done it first?
I think he would have. I mean, he says right afterwards, he's like, I was gonna say the same thing, that you're the biggest snake. I don't know if he would have said that we knew each other, but there's some things that happened behind the scenes that really, I was wanting to work with Hunter, but then he did some things that really pissed me off. He told Jess that we knew each other, and then they went to Braden and kind of told him, this wasn't really on camera, but they told him that I was the one throwing their names around, which kind of led Braden to wanting to pick me for the battle match. And Braden came up to me after we eliminated them and told me all this. So I'm just coming back into the game, I'm gonna act like I'm still cool with Hunter, but I have this info from Braden that he had already been throwing me under the bus.
Okay, so it was kind of already in there. It was just stuck in there. You just had to break it off. How hard is it? How hard was it to do that whole debating thing? I mean, who wants to answer these questions?
They're
horrible questions.
They're terrible. And even when I'm sitting on the couch and they're like, who's the biggest floater, or who should even been cast? I'm sitting here fucking don't say me, please no one fucking say me. And no one did.
I'm I don't want to answer that.
But because I think a lot of people were viewing me as a floater or someone who wasn't doing much. I would say the people who you don't really see me talking to in any of the episodes, those people probably didn't think I was doing anything. But
Right.
so I was nervous that I was going to be called out for some of those categories, and then I end up getting biggest snake. So
Do you think the word floater really belongs in the game of Sequester at the end of the day?
no, I mean,
No.
to some people, I would be a floater, and I would say it's the people. This is the thing. I can kind of assess who I'm going to vibe with and who I'm going to be able to work with. And I gravitated towards those people, and the people who I was like, our personalities just don't mesh. Like, I don't think we're going to be on the same level strategically in this game just because of how they portray themselves. I just chose not to talk to those people, and those people thought I was a floater because they didn't hear anything from me.
Right.
I just think, I think with Sequester that, like, with each round, with the different topics that they have, you have to work with different people. So everybody's a floater.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I definitely
You're
had
always
an
working
open
with
mind.
someone new.
Yeah, I didn't start the game out wanting anything to do with Drew, but then
Yeah.
later on in the game, I was like, this is a good round where I should work with Drew. I'm thinking of the Kingdom round because I saw the tides turning. Like the women in the game were starting to get the upper hand, and I wanted to balance that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still a new format and stuff. I feel like you guys have taken a lot of notes from like last year and made like your own, like improved a lot of things. And I think like next season will do the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's still new, and it's kind of cool seeing it grow like that. And I feel like there's a lot of things, like I've even said to you on Twitter, Ty, like, or not to you only, but you were tagging something like, we need like a different name for like floater and sequester. I tried to think of something last year, but it didn't
Like,
fit.
I don't like the copying the kind of terminology from other reality shows when this show is so different because it's so fast paced and there's just so much going on.
And so random.
Yeah, like there needs to
and like you
go ahead.
like how you kind of realized that you might need to work with Drew a little bit when you didn't initially want to and stuff. Like it's not really even floating. It's just kind of realizing that you got to shift your gameplay and like use other people or backstep the group, kind of how you did.
I like that. Like I would say I was shifty. I wouldn't say I was a floater.
Yeah.
But there's some people who are like, these are my boys, and then that's it. Like they wouldn't consider other options. A lot of the kind of alpha males in the game had that mentality. Thomas, I think, was one of the only people who was willing to like change up how he was playing every round, and I recognized that in him, and it made me want to work with him.
Yeah.
You had mentioned the possibility of you throwing Jayla's name out. Why didn't you? Because her name is nowhere on the radar.
Nope.
Jayla, I don't know. I just never really thought of her. Like she would call me out and like make smart ass comments about my gameplay, but I never felt like she was actually coming for me. And she never really voted for me. She never really tried to rally votes on me. If you ever look at a time where she would mention my name, but the only time people were trying to get votes on me was this round I left. And that was, I feel like Erica, Hunter, and Tori kind of realized that they had a common enemy in me, and they came together and started floating my name around.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Would you have changed anything if you could do anything different in your game? What would you have? And if you want to say, hey, no, I own it all, I'm not gonna. But is there anything you would have done?
I mean, it was a tough round. It was 2 people were leaving out of a possible 5 players, so it was a very tough round to survive. I think I was pushing for Zach to go, but I think I would have pushed it a little harder or I know at some point Thomas wanted to bring me into an alliance with Cam and Tori, and I would have like made that conversation happen instead of like waiting for it to happen. because there was times we were in a room and we were getting ready to talk about it, and then like Zach would walk in and we'd have to like put it on hold. And at the time, you don't realize like you're not going to have another moment to have that talk. So like, I wish I would have been like, hey Zach, can you leave the room? Like we need to talk about something really quick. Kind of been more aggressive in that sense. But other than that, I think if it wasn't the circumstances that I had, I think I would have been able to sneak by another round. I didn't have that many votes on me. Kristen, I think, voted for me because she was just freaking out about her leaving. And Jess was throwing a vote on me, as she admitted later on. But I'm proud of the way I played. It's not the way that a lot of people like to see, but it's the way I'm most comfortable playing.
Well, one of the biggest things I have to just reiterate to you and everyone else, like, because this is something I've learned, that you can't really think too much about what you could have done, because like you can't stress out about the things you can't change, and like it'll just eat you alive if you do, because I've done it a lot since like last year, and it's like, and one thing I have to ask, like whenever you said, yeah, I'm a snake and stuff, like I don't know, and I might be right in your own narrative, but I'm just thinking, like, were you just really tired and kind of like mentally drained? Because that's kind of how I felt. Because that's how I was when I got eliminated.
I kind of just wanted to say some shit to just fuck with everybody.
Yeah.
Because, if I was leaving the game at that point, I wanted to just say some shit to get in people's heads and just fuck with everyone. Kind of pulling a Judd move there, honestly.
Yeah.
We were talking about what we could call these people. They're not really floaters in Sequester. I like to call them creepers, because they just pop in the room and they don't really say anything. They're kind of just like, it's like, oh my God, you're freaking me out, you creeper.
Dustin was doing a lot of that early on.
He does do a lot of that.
Everyone's game changes. Like some people started out quiet and then got more vocal or opposite. Like it's an evolving game. You should change how you play with what you're given each round.
Well, this brings us to the 10-minute mark. Is there anything you want to say before we say goodbye?
No, I just am rooting for every single person that's still left in the game. Like every person is so good and has a great, like strong case for why they should win the game. And I'm just so proud of our season. Like it's crazy to see who the fans are rooting for, because every single person is so good. And I know no matter like who ends up winning, taking the crown, this is going to be a great season.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm sad to see you go. I really felt like you were blossoming. Like I was living for it. I even said on a show, it's the Ty coming out party. I mean, he's really coming out. So we love you. I would love to have you back on the show sometime in the future, after it's over. If you watch Big Brother or Survivor, anything like that, we're always looking to have fresh input on those shows. So please keep us in mind if you're ever interested in that.
I love your show. I watch it every time. You're all great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ty. And we're going to let you go, and we appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
See you, Judd. See y'all.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
See you, man.
I just love him. I hate that he's gone, because I really feel like he was a super cool guy. He was really starting to really, come out and really do stuff. Like it was very low key at first, and then he started coming out, and it's just like, and now we're I don't know.
And like I just really like him as a person. Like I didn't ever root for him like in the game, and he knows that and stuff. But like we're super cool, I feel like, and he's like somebody I think I'd like to hang out with. Like he's one of the ones I feel like I would be friends with. Like if I just like met them randomly,
Oh, of course, 100%.
Genuine guy.
Yeah, super sweet, super fun. He was fun to when we did the pre-show interviews. He was one of the ones I really liked interviewing. So, but and okay, well, without any hesitation, we've got Kristen Williams just popped in. She's the official Sequester season 3. I can't speak. I don't know what's happening right now. She is the official juror number 2. Okay. So let's see if we can get her in here. I didn't do a test with her, so I don't know how this is going to go.
Oh, hi.
There she is. Okay. How are you
I
doing?
showed up
Kristen?
early, so when you started talking, I was like, "Oh my God, this is starting right away!" And I
No,
got
it's fine. The sooner the better. We get 10 minutes with you. I know I had
Okay,
talked to you
hi.
earlier and
Yeah.
you said you had finals and everything. So we
yeah.
want to get you in, get you out. We only get around 10 minutes. You know, Judd and Deb.
Hi guys.
Girl,
Hi.
how are you
Hi, Kristen.
feeling right now?
Oh, it's like pure exhaustion from finals, but also it was like such a letdown. Like I was rooting for me to get further as well, so I was just like, like even though I
Yeah.
knew the outcome, like deep down, it wasn't easy to watch, but
Are you better now?
yeah, I'm 100% better now.
I just want to say that I'm going to listen. When I get agitated and really angry and
God.
confused and flustered, girl, I cry too. Don't even
I
get me started.
hate
Deb,
it.
do I not
Yeah.
cry?
It's
All
so
the
weird
time.
because people
She calls me up to
misunderstand it too. They're like, "Oh my God, like is her brain's probably not working. She's having a meltdown." But like my brain was working just fine. It was just like externally, I don't know. I couldn't keep myself composed externally. I was just like, like
Well,
watching that.
Yeah.
You are a beautiful crier.
Thanks.
Unlike me, I'm
I
an
don't know about that.
ugly I'm a fugly
ugly
crier. It's bad.
Oh
It's really
God.
You know,
bad.
one thing that people don't really realize, like sequester is just so mentally draining on you and physically draining, like all that at once is just like so much to take in. Like I never cried on Big Brother the whole 90 days or whatever, and then like I didn't on sequester either, but I feel like I came closer to crying than I would have on Big Brother, you know, just because I was just so mentally just like over it sometimes, or just like, you know, shifting from going after one person to another person to another person, or trying to get the vote off of you and stuff. It's just a lot of like different things going on at once.
Yeah, I think
So much to take in.
Yeah, also I feel like
Yes.
I'm more of like a slow-paced, intelligent person. Like I like to take my time and like
Mhm.
sit back and assess things. There's no time to do that in there. So my brain is just like gut feeling, and like as an
Mhm.
analytical person, it drove me nuts. So
Yeah.
oh bless you.
God bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
She's allergic to my
That's
answer.
been festering for about 5 minutes. I apologize. I didn't have time to hit the mute button, but Finley's awake. Okay. So, oh, girl, I did not want to see you go, but I
No.
do get what you're saying. It's like I could see that you really do think things through from
Yeah.
beginning to end. And Sequester is a very fast-paced game.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I feel like, man, you did a great job with what you had to deal with in the time you had to deal with it, being the
Yeah.
thinker that you are. It's almost like if you were on Big Brother or Survivor or something like that, you would have more time to get a grip on the things. But Survivor does
Yeah.
go by, it does playing the online version. Girl, I know it made me crazy. I would turn the computer off. We were gone, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to have a fugly cry. Y'all don't even know. It is very stressful.
Yeah, and I've also done like other live games before, and I did a million times better than I did in Sequester, but it was because like
Yes.
it was twice as long. The rounds were like 20 times as long and stuff like that. So yeah.
And you have more time to think things
Oh
through.
yeah. Yeah. And I'm someone who I like to like throw Hail Marys and stuff, but if I want a good Hail Mary, I have to think it through. So
Tell us a little bit, what was the question that you were asked during your debate, the Law and Order courtroom? What was your question?
the question was, who did we perceive to be the biggest floater?
And how did you walk us through that real quick? First
Okay.
of all, we've already discussed Audrey. Nobody wants to answer these questions. They're so bad, but they're so good. How are you feeling during that? Like, I got to answer this. What?
Well, so I knew that my team had like the biggest floaters in Ty and Zach. And we can only say people from the other team. So I knew like when Jess said Zach, I'm like, I'm not going to top that by saying someone who fit the same definition of a floater as she's giving. So then I tried to like give like the super fan or the super nerd version of what a floater is. And then I guess sort of like play off of that. And so I knew if I couldn't have a better argument than Jess, I might as well try a different argument. So that's kind of why I said floaters are people who go to power, because some people do define a floater that way, just not.
Right. No, you were absolutely right. That is the definition of a floater. So
Yeah.
a lot of people misunderstand the difference between a floater and a coaster.
Yeah, and
Go ahead, Jed.
Go ahead.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you were wrong. My tweet and stuff, which I've already taught you, like we're super cool. But like my tweet and stuff was more like I didn't understand it at first, which you did make perfect sense. But like I just kind of thought you were going after Erica because that name is already out there. Why say another name and get that person riled up? But then after you explain that and stuff, I really understand like where you're coming from because they did switch it up and it made it very different than what other people were going after at the time. And you were the first one to really say her, I think.
Yeah.
So
If I
understand that now.
knew my team was gonna all say Erica, I probably would put Hunter's name in there too because I'm like, in my mind, like I didn't like know what all the girls were saying about Erica. I perceived Hunter and Erica as the same. I just like I guess sort of picked Erica in the heat of the moment, but I kind of felt bad after everybody else started picking Erica. I was like, oh.
Kristen, I gotta ask, just watching this, what is the deal with Erica? Everyone hates Erica, and we talk about this every
week,
man. It's like, what is it? It's Erica. She's a rat. She's a floater. Shouldn't have been. Like she was almost the answer for every question. And I'm sitting there. Y'all don't even know. I was a nervous wreck during these questions. I was eating my fingers. I was like, I can't. I'm about to have an anxiety attack from these questions, Audrey. I can't do this. I'm not even on this season. I'm about to freak out. So
I don't know. I think with Erica, like I think I sort of was a victim of this too. Like first impressions are like they really matter. And when you're in the heat of the game, like something very small can like turn very big. And I think with Erica is that she like wanted to chat with people a lot. And in the heat of the moment, they're like, nah, annoying, like get her out or whatever. But like it was all in the heat of the moment, in my opinion. I think she's like an awesome person, like very sweet and stuff like that. But I think that's sort of why they picked her at the beginning, which I don't think I even realized that when I was in the game, but like hindsight's a 2020 thing. You see the game differently once you can like actually, when you're not in it, when you're not emotionally involved. So
we've just been discussing over the last, last few weeks, how floater just kind of, to me, doesn't really belong in Sequester because it's such a fast-paced game and everything that's going on. My two things is that you're either a creeper or you're taking a nap. Somebody's showing up, staring, just give me just whatever, and that makes you a creeper, or you're just taking a nap. You're just whatever. I'm in the room and I'm not.
Just tell me who to vote for.
Just tell me to vote for it. You're taking a nap. That's it. You're a creep taking napper. Boy, that made a lot of sense.
I almost wish they would just call it like sheep or something. Like don't get too complicated with it, but just go for something like if that's what because I kind of feel like that's what we're targeting, like that definition of floater rather than the kind that Kristen's talking about, which both of them are, they work and it's very debatable. But like, I think something like that, like sheep's kind of cheap, I feel like, but.
No, I like sheep. I like sheep.
Sheep, creep, eep. If there's an eep in it, I'm going to follow it because I'm a sheep. But hey, Kristen, is there anything in your game, is there anybody you wish you had, if you'd known then what you know now? Let's play this game. If you knew then what you know, is there any particular person that you wish, maybe I should have talked to that person, or if I could go back and do one thing different, what would it be?
I mean, obviously the vote that got me sent home that was Rogue was Hunter. And I didn't really get to talk to Hunter that round, mainly because everybody was pulling me in different rooms. I didn't really have time to talk to everybody. So maybe in hindsight, if I did talk to him like one-on-one, he wouldn't have voted me. I did attempt with Dustin and stuff like that. That obviously didn't work. I can't change that. So maybe that's the only person I would talk to differently, because besides that, like I never really grew close to Cameron or whatever. So I didn't figure I ever would. And I feel like nobody else voted me out. So I couldn't have been in that horrible of a position. So
I'm just really shocked that nobody went after Tori. I
know, especially last week.
I think my rationale was that she just won 2 battle matches, and if she leaves, it's probably going to be with like 2 people voting her out. So if I'm one of those two, like my odds are really bad. And I know, and I think my thought like at the moment was, well, if I'm going to vote her out, I want 7 people to vote with me because that increases my odds. I don't know if that was everybody else's rationale, but that was kind of the rationale I had in my head when I was.
And at that point, you wouldn't have been able to rally that many people.
No, I was trying to save myself at that point. I was like, okay, I just got to throw out 1 or 2 names as fast as possible. Almost worked, didn't quite work. Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if you're not confident that you have enough people voting with you, throw a rogue vote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, the only, like, I agree with y'all, but I disagree at the same time because I just feel like in Sequester, sometimes if you say name last minute, people, just as long as it's not their name, they'll go with it because they might think that other people are doing it too. I'm just saying it's worth a try. I'm not saying that you could have done more or anything because I do think that you tried and I do think that you went out trying and that's like all you can ask for.
The hard part about that round is because 5 people are safe and most of the people that I wanted to align with at the time like were safe. Like they didn't really have like much to lose anyway. Like they couldn't be the vote or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah, it makes it tough whenever one side is safe and stuff because it always seems like it's the people that you want to go after.
Basically, it turns into everybody else begging for mercy at that point because these people are like placed on a pedestal. Like obviously they can be picked for the battle match, but they don't have to worry about that before. And even then they could throw their vote. Like a lot of people did, I guess. I don't know.
Right, and
I
that's
still don't
why
know what to say what happens.
And that's why you can't be accused of being a floater because you're forced to work with people you don't want to work with because, you know, the theme changes each round and sometimes you have to work with this one or that one. You have no choice.
Yeah. And another thing, I feel like this being a double elimination, which I almost forgot about, like when I was watching it, but I feel like that made it a lot tougher for you.
Yeah.
And probably Ty too, because like it just made like you already had just so many people to choose from, and then 2 people are leaving, so it makes it like way more complicated. Which I didn't really have to deal with something like that. So
those double eliminations really stick it in and break it off. I mean, I can't deal with it. I mean, I could feel your emotion, Kristen, through the TV.
God.
And
I'm still cringing at that.
I felt for you. I understood what you were saying about the whole math thing about, you know, you think math, you don't talk math. I mean, I get it 100%. And you know, a lot of things people don't know about me is I debated in high school. I was on the debate club. I used to debate politics back before it was a no-no. And I'm talking like 25 years ago. But anyway, those questions made me nervous. I would be tripping all over the place myself having to answer stuff like that does not like my point is that would not have prepared me for what you had to do. And my hat's off to you. You held your own. You're a tiny little thing like I am.
She chose a guy for the battle match.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Props to that.
I don't know if I could have picked Cam in the moment, but I, for some reason, thought I could pick her. So, like, I did pick as if Cam was, like, an option. But
I think she was immune or something.
Yeah,
I think she was. I think they said that at the beginning.
She was immune, but I didn't realize that, like, when I was giving my speech, like, I'm not picking you because this. I'm not picking you because this. Like,
if you could have picked her, would you have picked her?
No, because I thought I could pick her in the heat of the moment. Like, I genuinely thought all 3 of them were options, and I still didn't pick her. I don't know if that makes sense, but
well, it's a good thing you didn't pick her because then they would have been like, "Are you not paying attention? She's immune. Move on." And then it would have been like,
"Oh, just so awkward."
Yeah.
And then if you won, you would come back to that mess. You know, like,
but at least I could come back and be like, "Hey, at least you know, like I genuinely wouldn't have picked you." Like, I don't know.
True. And then people that didn't want to work with Cam would have been like, "Hey, what's up?" You know, like. They wanted to target her or whatever, but like I told Ty this, and I've already told you this last night, I think. But don't ever like beat yourself up over anything that you should have done, like because like you can't change it, and like it'll just eat you up if you do. So just like
You did a
Fun to
great
talk
job.
about, but you did a great job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You really did, Kristen, and
Thank you.
we love you to death. And we're
Yeah.
a little over our time with you, but
Overtime. That
a
means
little
I'm
overtime.
gonna
But
do it.
do you have any? You're in the jury now. I know no spoilers. You can't tell us anything, but do you have any final words about your experience?
No, I don't know.
Just-
I feel like I'm very open with like how I felt and stuff. So I
Okay.
feel like I'm at peace with
You've already said it.
everything I've said.
There's
so,
nothing else to say.
Yeah, nothing else
Done.
to say.
That's right.
Bye. What if I just hung up right now even before you said
Well, Kristen, we appreciate you coming on with us. Like I said, I hate to see you go, but I really think there's other things in the future for you. So
that?
you're going to be all right. A lot of you have a future in other things. So, but Sequester, I'm glad that you were on it because we got to meet you and you're lovely.
That's true. I don't know if I could ever do a game as fast as Sequester again, but like that makes me, because I feel like everything that I needed to learn to like master like Survivor games, like I feel like I have it down pat. So this game did teach me a lot. So
good.
I'm not just saying this. I feel like if you can do Sequester and like get a grasp of that and like tough it out, then you can almost do anything.
You can
Seriously.
pretty much. It's like boot camp for reality shows.
Every single time I walked into the confessional, Audrey would be like, "Is this harder than Surviving Real Fit, which is a live Survivor game I did?" And I'd be like, a million. Like physically it was harder, which like it rained the first night I played my Survivor game. Like there's no reason that like living in a house should be harder, but it is. And I can't explain it. Like Judd knows, like you barely sleep, like barely eat, like
yeah. And you like have like any downtime that you have, you have to be like quiet because of production reasons, like if the cameras are down or something. And then like, for confessionals and stuff. And then like, whenever you do talk, it's solid game. Like you don't have like the time. Like I literally would tell production last year that it was much harder than Big Brother.
Yeah.
To me, and like
I thrive on small talk, and if I can't small talk, I'm like.
Yeah, because like on Big Brother, I know it's 90 days. They acted like I was just a moron for saying that. I'm like, no, like you just have so much downtime. Like you can just like reevaluate things. You can just like calm down. You can like. There's so much time that like helps you, like make it easier in there. And like Sequester, it's like that's part of the reason I like it though. It makes it a lot more fun. Like it's not boring because you don't have time to be bored. But it's so hard.
Yeah, for me, it's frustrating because like I know I have the brain power to make the right decision 9 times out of 10. I just don't have the time to like actually like realize that, and then like after a round will be over, I'll be like, damn, this is what I should have done. So
yes, I did that too.
Always after the fact.
Ty was saying the same type of thing.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna have to cut you loose with that, Kristen. Thank you so much. And like I told Tyler,
Tyler,
Ty. I'm sorry.
Tyler.
It might really
I
be
don't even
Ty.
know.
If my name was Tyler, I'd go by Ty too.
I think it's Tyrone, right?
Yeah.
It might be. But here's
Where
the
is
thing.
Tyler tonight? Is he like
Got
stuck on the toilet?
IBS on the shitter. But what I was gonna say, Kristen, is after Sequester's over, if you ever want to come back and shoot the shit with us about Big Brother or Survivor, our door's always open. Just let us know. But we love you to death, and thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it.
I'm happy to be here and to talk. I don't know. I haven't talked to people for a week because of my final, so I'm just like, people.
People.
No.
All right. Well, you have a good evening, and thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Do I just hang out?
Just exit out. You're fine.
Exit out.
I'll talk to you later, Kristen.
Hi.
So I got to talk about, I just love it. I love it. She's just so sweet. We got to talk. I don't know if you guys talked about it on the show last night, Joe, because I didn't see all of it. Can we talk about the Thomas and Zach debate real quick? Because made no damn sense. What was their question? Do we even know?
What was it? Hold on.
Thomas and Zach debated against each other, and I love them both.
Oh no, but they joined. They debated. What was it? The snake.
The snake who shouldn't have been cast or something.
Somebody that shouldn't have been cast.
Was that their question? Oh, what a horrible question.
Was it Thomas and Zach?
Yeah, when they debated. Because
Who has
here's
the most control?
who's the threat?
That's the-
Who's the biggest threat?
Yeah.
And Thomas started, and bless his heart, he made no damn sense. He said it was Tori, which he's not wrong. And then Zach turns around and freaking agrees with him before and she's on his team. And I'm sitting there watching it. Do you not watch Law and Order? Do you not watch Investigative Discovery? Have you never been to court? Have you never been on jury duty? If you're the defense attorney, you don't agree with the ADA, you just don't do it. You're not doing your I just couldn't believe it. And then Thomas just kept saying, well, I'm just this. Okay. I mean, and it was just like, I love him to death. He was my winner pick in the draft, but the debate was making me nuts. And I don't know if that's just me because I know how to do that kind of thing, but it's like, he was just,
Thomas was exposing way too much about his and Tori's relationship too. And like Tori's confessional really cracked me up because she's like, stop. You know what I mean? And I was just like, yes. And that cracks me up because like, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I was like, wow, he's like saying way too much for just this round. Like, this is just a round. Like, it's not like do or die right now.
I wasn't really shocked though, because this isn't the first time that Thomas has had diarrhea of the mouth. I mean, come on. Love it. I love the internet. I'm not being ugly, so don't be upset. But I'm just saying how his name didn't come up last night. I will never understand. That is after that crap.
He's a really good sport, though. I know, but he should have came up a lot because, after betraying his alliance before and kind of screwing that whole group of people over.
Yeah, he threw the whole Guy Alliance under the bus, and nothing about that.
But if it were me, I would be taking notes if I were not in that Guy Alliance, being like, okay, well, he screwed them over, so he'll screw us over any chance he gets, and
exactly.
I was surprised that never became a thing. He kind of just
I know.
He just faded away.
Props to him. I do think he has a good social game, and he doesn't come off threatening. I feel like to the other people, he just doesn't seem like the type that comes off threatening, and he seems like somebody that would be approachable. So I think he's playing a very good game, but he's just also playing a very lucky game too, because he's done a lot of things that I don't know that I could get by with.
Yeah, because it was really perplexing that you just threw a whole load of alpha males under the bus.
I mean, every time Thomas starts, I'm like this. I'm like, I can't do this. Okay, you're my winner pick. Please pull it together. Where my DJ. And it is amazing to me that he's, especially after that debate, because poor Zach was like, I don't know if he knew what was happening. He didn't know what was happening. I just wanted to pat him on the head and go, Zach, it's okay. I just want to
They're there.
just go, Zachy, it's okay. Just chill. Just go with it. Just be cute and pretty.
They're there, Zach.
It's all right. Just sit down and just
and then
let it happen. And just spit everywhere.
It's like nobody knows you're here anyway.
You got that LOS.
We joke about him a lot and stuff, and I don't disagree, but also and I'm not saying that people that get eliminated should flush his LOS, because that's only helping the people still in the game. So I don't know, people like Colin last year that did that. It's not really helping you. You're already out, so you're just helping people that eliminated you. But why are we not flushing his LOS in the initial eliminations? You know what I mean? Because everyone seems to know he has it, and he's sitting pretty
Nobody's
safe right now.
it.
Because they're not. They're not talking about it. It's like it's missed. It's like that Big Brother mist that they talk about. You just missed. It just goes away.
Tori has that. I feel like she's never an option. She calls the shots. She makes commands basically on what to do, and it's no shade on her. It's all props. They don't have to listen to her. I thought she had immunity last week. I was like, why is her name? Did I miss something? Why are they not saying her name at all? And she was just never an option. People were saying, hey, we have LOS's, Tori. What? Why are we telling Tori? why is Tori like in charge? Like she was only royalty that one round, you know?
Mhm.
Like, and it's nothing against her. Like I think that's great, but I don't understand it.
Well,
That
I don't know.
everybody gravitates towards her and trust her. Apparently, has really good energy, and people are attracted to her. So,
Yeah, but that's the dangerous people in the game. Like we
and
always
they're
want
the
to
ones you
target
want to
people.
get out.
Yes, like that's one thing that I'm trying to just reiterate, and I want season 3 to do the same for season 4. Like, yeah, these people that run their mouth a lot and stuff, like they might be annoying and stuff, but they never win. The people that win and get very far are people like Zach. Like Zach is probably the most dangerous, even more dangerous than Tori, because he has the LOS and his name's not coming up. Yeah, he might not seem threatening, but he has a weapon and he's very threatening because like his name's not coming up and stuff. That's the people that are more dangerous than people that talk a lot and like kind of screw their own selves. Like me and other people, like I'd rather know where someone's head is than have no idea, because if you have no idea, then chances are they're ready to vote you out any second or pull you in a battle match.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, Zach is just, it is amazing to me. Yeah. That it didn't even come up. Like it just blows my mind that they're so fixated on Erica and like stuff like that. And I'm just like, she's not doing shit to anybody, really. She's just creeping in a room. She didn't do
And that's
anything.
one. Yeah, I agree. That's one thing I wanted to say, but I didn't want to say it when Kristen was here, just because it wasn't Kristen's fault, and I didn't want her to feel like I was saying that. But that's one thing that really, really annoyed me about this round, because we've seen it happen last year with Ashley and Dan kind of just picking on Jake. I think Dan said his name first, then Ashley didn't want to say a new name because people are scared to say a new name and have a whole new person mad. But they're like, oh, well, this person's already comfortable with their name. We've already seen their reaction when their name's said. So it'll be safe and I'll be comfortable if I say this, because I think nerves really get to people a lot in those kind of situations when you're speaking and stuff. And so like they did the same thing this year. Like, let's just go for Erica every single time and not make a new enemy or expose ourselves, when it's actually a great time to go after a new enemy or a new target. You know, that's the best time ever, because it gives you a free platform to speak openly and be heard without the disruptions of people walking in and stuff, and then everybody's kind of having to take it in as an option, whereas sometimes they might disregard it.
And everybody should be exposed so that, nobody gets away with, like Jayla. Nobody's talking about Jayla.
Nobody's talking about that Jayla.
Yeah.
Girl,
Tori's
she's playing a game.
mentioned her though, but it's kind of like she just had her eyes set on something else and it distracted her away from her. Because like she mentioned Jayla briefly, and then we've never really heard anything else about it.
Haven't heard it again. And now that Cameron's back, that's really gonna, oh, spoiler if you haven't seen it yet. Well, if you haven't, why are you watching this show? Especially this episode.
Exactly.
Cameron came back. Man, I've had so many people come down on me how we do spoilers. Sorry, okay?
That's what this show is all about.
So Cameron is back, and she was immune because she won the battle match, it's not battle back, the battle match, and she was immune. She was the judge and all of that, and I really think that now that she's back, that really does shift the weight of the target, possibly back onto her and further away from the Zachs and the Thomases and the Tories, where they'll be fixated. We got to get her out. Do you see what she's done? She was blindfolded with a timer on top of her head. Okay, she wasn't riding a wrecking ball through a wall or anything. And I'm not shitting on it because I love Cameron. I love you, girl. You know I do. I'm just saying, I did that challenge during Sequester. I had a pillowcase on my head.
We did that in that mini Sequester too. I beat you. I beat you.
I sat there with a pillowcase on my head, trying not to die. And for 10 minutes, and all I did was count to 60 10 times. And then I'm fucking with my own head while I'm doing that, going, am I counting the seconds too fast? How fast do the seconds really go by? It gets in your head. She did a great job. I'm not crapping on it. But that is a threat. That is a big threat. And man, I love her family video. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
Oh my God, it's so exciting.
Yeah, her family. Go ahead, Jeff.
No shade on my family at all, but I wish that my family was like as invested in me as they are in her. Yeah, I want an Olsen on every season.
I love it. There's enough of them.
On every,
exactly.
There's enough to last us for eternity. I feel like, and like I feel like just to see what they're gonna do with their little parties and like the support, it's entertaining, like sideshow almost.
Where do they live? Where do they live?
Austin, I believe.
Ah, damn, too far. I think they live in North Carolina, and I can go to one of their parties.
Speaking of which, real quick, what was up with the pre-jury sitting there in red with a red mask on? I just kept hearing what is that? I did catch. Deb, you said eyes wide shut. And the minute I heard, didn't you say that about them dressed like that? Was
maybe
it you?
Somebody else did.
Or maybe it was me. It reminded me of the movie.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah, it reminded me of the movie Eyes Wide Shut, and they just make that every time they show these people, these orgies with the stuff on. Okay, that just is a waste of a movie reference. Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
No,
nobody watched that.
I was too little. There
was an orgy on it, and I missed it.
Oh, listen, it's little Tom Cruise. No, nobody's got time for that little Tom.
Ain't nobody got time to watch Tom Cruise.
Nobody's got time for that pipsqueak. I'm taller than he is, okay?
Nicole Kidman, was she in that too?
Oh, yeah. That was like the last movie they did together, married. And they divorced like right after it came out. Understandable. 100%.
But those costumes were scary looking though. I was like, I don't think I would want to wear these. I think I would like put up a fuss about this, but
I think it was to hide their facial expressions, you know.
Yeah, and probably just to show that they're out and like just watching it, maybe where we can just focus on who's still in the game instead of kind of getting confused. Since we had just seen the battle back and stuff. I'm just guessing.
I did see Kimberly's head doing this quite a bit. Like I was watching her. I was like, I gotta watch her. Because I want to see what's going on with my girl Kimberly over here.
And you can see Matt's bald head peeking out of the top.
Matt's bald head, Drew's bald head. Yeah, everyone was exposed with those things on. But I thought that was it was interesting. It was cute. And that girl, the fembot.
Oh, what a bot. Is she something or what?
I can't walk and foot in front of I can't walk chewing gum at the same time. How is she walking across grass in freaking heels this tall?
Girl got some strong ankles. God bless her.
Who is that? Do we know her? Or can we say? Don't say, because we probably don't need to say. Just say after the show. Okay, just say after the show. I have a feeling she might be in a relationship with my pretend that I might be stalking someone in the group, and he knows who he is. And I know he feels the same. He just can't admit it. And that's why he's with a supermodel. And that's fine. But I'm thinking, but that's it. That's all I'm going to say about it.
He's one of my children.
Yep. I bet I know. I bet I'm right, too.
I've adopted that boy.
I bet I'm right, though. Look at me. Am I right?
You're right.
I'm right. Okay. I'm right. God, I'm good. I'm so good. I need to be, you know what they need? Audrey. She doesn't watch it past the interviews, but I'm just going to take a shit. I'm going to take it. Audrey, you're debate queen here. You do that judge shit again, you need to bring me on that show. I will come in the full black thing. I got the
gavel. She'll be dressed just like Judge Judy.
I will have the hair on. I'm there for it. I'd be like, silence in my courtroom. It's not your turn to talk. Sit down and shut up, Erica. You know, I will be on point.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that because I want you to be playing the game and in the debate.
Oh, nobody wants me playing live action Sequester.
Yes.
I'll be out first round. I'll be out. This is that little bitch that thinks she knows everything on her little YouTube show, her little podcast. What's it called? My weekly PMSing. Yeah, that girl. We're not having her up.
It's different because you all have played like the online thing, so you know how Sequester works and stuff more than like, you know, just like people that just watch and stuff. I mean, some things are different, obviously, but nothing that you wouldn't catch on to right away. It's probably a lot easier for you in person because I think it's much easier in person to like connect with people or If somebody
Because you
says
can
something
connect
smart,
with people.
Well-
well, and then people are not gonna like say some things face to face that they would say in the safety of
In
their
a
own
chat
home,
room.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's totally
and
different.
so
And I think I have shown, listen, if you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it. And it's
Yeah.
not, and I always, most of the time, if I really like you, I'll give you a chance. Okay, you're asking me the question. I'm going to tell you two things. Number one, this is what my therapist tells me all the time. Allison, don't ask questions if you're not prepared to hear the answer. And two, if you're going to take that chance, do you want it on a scale of sugar from 1 to 10, being real bitter or real sweet? How do you want it? Because I'm going to tell you like it is. And it's like I tell my son, you really want to know? And he'll even say, you know what? I'm going to ask one of my friends. You might make me cry. But you know, if they want it, I would love to play. I would play in a heartbeat, but I don't know. I don't know if that would ever happen. But I would definitely love to do a CJ and come screaming in and out in people's faces.
yeah.
That was amazing. I wish they'd shown more of that too. But I'll be
I
a
was
judge.
I was
Yeah.
saying last night that I had wished that CJ was able to get like more physical, like maybe like have a water bottle, spritzing people in the face, you know, cracking eggs over people's heads, and really, really like fucking with
Get
them.
that Nerf bazooka water gun. Are you listening, Audrey? We will
Uh-huh.
shoot people with water.
Yes.
We will hose that shit down like nobody's business and not even feel bad about it. I will even put on 10-inch heels and hot leather pants. Not that anyone wants to see that, but I'll do it with the Fembot mask and fishnet shut, and I will do it. Nerfs, I will do it.
She might
will
bust her ankle, but she'll do it.
Everybody's going to know who it is too, but it's just like, I'll do it
Oh,
anyway.
my
I don't
God.
care. I don't care. But do we have y'all want to say anything else about this episode? Anything else that stuck out to you?
No.
I'm really interested to see how the dynamic works now with Tori and Cameron. Like, is Tori gonna kind of protect her? Are people gonna kind of, you know, like we said before, like you said before, kind of want to go after Cameron? And then maybe that might draw more attention to Tori. I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out and see like people like Jessica and Erica who don't normally go with the big group of people and see how they do. And I'm rooting for them at this point, Jessica and Erica. Like, I think they're a good, like, both are kind of underdogs in different ways and
Yeah.
underestimated, but they're both really good players.
I just kind of want Erica to do something because everybody freaking talks about her. It's nonstop. Who is your, if you, Judd, at this point, if you had to pick a winner out of who's left, who would be your winner pick?
Who do I want to win or who do I think?
Either way, who do you think? You can answer both. Who do you want and who do you think?
Okay, well, who I want is Erica, obviously, and Jessica. Like, they're both definitely my favorites, and I like rooting for them. Been rooting for them for a little bit, but who I think I could almost, because I just have the worst luck ever. And, like, I liked him a little bit more on this episode. If you just took his confessionals out, I think I would like him okay. But it's just like his confessionals just seem so unnatural, and like he just picks lines, and that's Hunter. Like, I feel like he just like has these lines he wanted to say before he got there, and he says them, but they don't really fit him or something. You know what I mean? They don't seem like natural things that he's saying. And I feel like if he just cut that out, because they don't give you lines or anything. Like, if he just cut that out and was just more of himself, I feel like he would be more rootable. But he's not very rootable because of that stuff. And I don't like that because he doesn't talk to people like that in the game. It's only in the confessionals. But in the game, like, he was a little bit better on this episode, but he's still my least favorite.
He's starting to get real wound up too.
Yeah, and I just have like the worst luck, and like I feel like anybody that I root against does super well, so I'm sure he'll fucking win.
Well, you know,
but I shouldn't put that out there.
Well, no, it's fine. You put it out there. I had picked from the
put it in the universe.
In the universe, it happens. Listen, I kind of have The only thing that I don't like about Cameron coming back is I've got to freaking hear about it from Tyler Lyons. Okay. His ass is going to come back on this show and rub it like a dog who just shit in the floor, and he's going to rub my nose in that turd. That's all that's going to happen. However, I have been known to pick winners, have I not, Deb?
She has.
I have a funny thing. I've picked Survivor winners, and I believe I have the final 2, or at least 2 will be in the 3 of this Tommy and Dean from spoiler. If you haven't watched Survivor 39 yet, sorry. I feel like I got to say that now. It's like I have to say it.
Tough shit.
Tough shit. I feel like they're going to be in the top 3, Tommy and Dean. And I feel I won't be on the finale show because I'm going to Star Wars, which is serious. And no one is judging me for that.
I am judging you hard.
Don't judge me. It's Star Wars, okay? But anyway,
hard.
I kind of feel like I will find a way to come on the show for a split second just so I can rub Tyler's nose in that turd.
Oh, you have
that
to.
I've got 2. Not 1, but 2 in the final. It's going to happen. But I'm telling you, go with your gut. My gut, I don't know. I can't explain it. After talking to Thomas, there was something about him, and I could be right. Look, I don't know, but the way he is just causing trouble, running his mouth, and then he's gone again, and then he's doing it again, and then he's gone again. I mean, it just keeps happening, and the targets are not. You've got bigger fish to fry right now, and I think he is a big fish to fry. But they're too blinded by the Ericas and the Tories, and now the Cameron is back. It's just there's too many. And Dustin now. We even have Dustin. Let's not forget that during the debates. They were talking about how he's mystifying people with his humor. And, I mean, he is funny. I mean, I got to give it to the guy. You got to handle it with a sense of humor. You cannot take that is what has saved my life, is my sense of humor. So what if he's funny? Get over it. Move on. But, it could get him in trouble, though.
I like him on Twitter and stuff. Just not really on the game.
Yeah, he's really funny on Facebook. I like the video of him crying in the bathtub.
Yeah. There are a lot of people, I think, who became targets during this last episode that were not targets before because of the questions and because of the whole courtroom scenario. And I think someone like Kristen and quite possibly Ty might have been off the radar had that courtroom session not taken place. But that's why we love Sequester, because Audrey is special like that. She pushes that envelope. She wants to ask those uncomfortable questions. And she wants to sit back and watch you answer them. And I got to admit, I'm there too. Just as long as it's not me having to answer the question. I want to answer that shit. That's too much. That's too much. But
she's diabolical.
She's diabolical, man. I can't imagine. But with that being said, you guys want to add anything?
Well, one thing I wanted to say was, so you're saying you think he will win, Thomas?
I think he will. He was my winner pick before. I think I think he's up there. I think he's going to come close. Possibly 3. Lowest is final 4. I could be wrong. The guy could be out next week, but there's something that's going on there. Him and, like you had pointed out, Zach, those two, just one guy's got freaking LS in his pocket. That's like Big Brother. I'm walking around with a veto around my neck, but nobody's talking about me. I've got the super purple diamond power of veto.
Glued to your forehead.
Glued to my fucking forehead, swinging around, tasseling it from my boobies, and nobody is even paying attention. I mean, from freaking Survivor. Nobody pays attention. It's insane.
It is insane.
But
who do you say, Deb? Who do you think who are you thinking will win or want to win? And
Jayla.
That's who you think or who you want, or both?
Nobody sees Jayla, and Jayla's playing the game, and she's throwing her name out there. You go, girl.
It could happen. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, I mean, we're
And
about to just to see how we do at the end, like our predictions. But
the other thing
one
is
more
like,
thing.
okay.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go, and then I'll go last.
No, mine doesn't go with this. So
Oh, I just wanted to say to all the future players, because there is a lot of emotions. You know, when you go into the game, you have to remember that you didn't pay money to play the game. You're not losing $1 million. So when you're packing your bags and getting ready to play the game, just pack a separate bags of all the fucks you have to give in a bag this size. And then everything's going to be just fine.
And then Allison has her little 2 cents about
yeah,
if I'm putting in my vacation time from work that I just blew and my ass could have been off during Christmas and New Year's, I'm coming after everybody. Especially if my ass is sitting in the office while you out drunk having fun under the mistletoe.
Yeah, and one of the last things I want to say, and you know, I've talked about this with a lot of those people, like on this cast, and other people too, and like, you know, people in the game, they don't know each other then, they just know each other like after the game pretty much. And like me, I kind of know people from like Twitter or texting or whatever, but like everything that I tweet and stuff is, and I mean it like 100%, like I'm just trying to be like biased and like go by what I'm watching. Like I don't mean it personal or anything, you know, ever. Like sometimes if I seem kind of personal or whatever, like, you know, correct me, because like I never want it to be like that. Like it's just fun, and like I want to be fair to everybody and like be critical or uncritical. Like it's happened to me several times. It's happened to y'all. Y'all know how it is, and it's like nothing personal. Like some of the people I don't like the most on the game, I would probably like the most in person, and some of the people I like in the game, I might not like as much in person. It's like it has nothing to do with like personal anything. So like don't take critiques to heart too much, because you know your own heart, and that's all that really matters.
That's right. And y'all, all you little babies, all know your asses are going to be on this show next cycle critiquing the out of everybody. So don't even start. Trust me. You'll be like, Allison, I got to come on. We need a therapy session. Okay. We will have the therapy session, because that's what this is. This is the therapy session.
And I think most of them are good sports. I just wanted to say that to some of the people I haven't talked to as much or something, just because like maybe they don't know, or, you know, I just wanted to clear that up.
Okay. Very well.
Not just for myself, but for all the people tweeting or commentating. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's only fun.
It's fun to live tweet and, you know, on people. And it's just like, it's not malicious. It's just having fun in the game.
And it's just as fun to root against people as it is to root for people. And that's one thing that it sucks if you're on the other side of it. You know what I mean? Like when people are rooting against you, but for like people watching, it's just as fun to root against people and hope that they get eliminated, and then like be stressed out when they don't, you know, but it's just the game.
It changes after you've been there, done that, and you're watching a new crop of people go through it. You will have your moments. You will say your piece on Twitter, and it will come back. That's just the way it is. And Judge, you're such a sweet guy, and you just don't worry about it. Look, you just keep being you, honey. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You're totally fine. We love everybody. Look, I'm surprised we haven't been blocked by half the people. I mean, I'm serious. Like I told you, I love all of them. I think they're great, but don't be a crybaby. Just chill. Just everybody chill.
Yeah.
And if anybody's ever been to a Sequester meetup,
oh Lord,
that it's not that bad. Like people
talk about a big orgy.
I've never been, but I want to go.
Yes, Chad, you have not been to one.
Perfect.
Where are you? Where are you living, Chad?
East Tennessee. Like I'm 2 hours from Atlanta and like 3 from Nashville.
Oh.
So come to my area.
Tennessee. See,
I'm in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. North Carolina. See, we're in I'm in Memphis, so I'm probably about 5 hours from you, Judd.
No, I think we're about 7.
Yeah.
Because I go through there if I go to Spencer's in Arkansas, and like because people don't realize how far like Memphis and like where I am actually are, like looking at a map and stuff, but it's pretty straight shot. And it's like, I don't know, like I haven't been to Memphis all that much and stuff, but it's not too bad though, because it's pretty straight shot.
That's all right. You know, it is what it is. It's just Memphis.
I'm between like Knoxville and Chattanooga, like directly between them.
All right. Well, now that we all know where we can stalk Judd geographically, Judd, how can people find? Yeah. Oh, watch out, Judd. How can people find you on social media if you want to be found after this show? You don't have to say.
Yeah, because Judd, you know, maybe you shouldn't have given up so much information because
I'm giving you the option to tap out on this question. But if you want to give your Twitter handle, you're more welcome to.
It's time to move, Judd.
I know how Ty feels now, and I'm just playing. My Twitter is @JuddNation, and my Instagram is @Judd_Darty. But I'm more active on Twitter. Just find me there.
And his Facebook is none of your goddamn business.
That's right.
Yeah,
Stay out
of it. I don't use Facebook for anything else, really.
And Deb, of course. Okay, I'm going to try to do this right, Deb. Oh my God, I'm doing it right. Oh, Deb, did you see my pen?
Oh, look at you. Hold on.
Please.
Lovely.
Oh, look, she does it. Okay, so I'm pointing at, you can get her at the, oh, this is ridiculous. Read the box. It's at mynextlifedebbie.com. You all know how to find me. Well, kind of. Okay, get on the
Y'all
Twitter.
know where to find me.
I'm at the Twitter @Summers1977. That's SOMMERS 1977. And, you know, I promote the show on there. I don't really get on it a whole lot, but I am stalking all of you. Just know I'm known on Twitter as Trollison. Just know.
She is.
I'm watching.
Listen. I gave her my address to send a Christmas card, and within 30 seconds, she had a picture of my house.
I Google mapped her house, and I took a freaking screenshot of it. I did it to Tyler, too. I freaked both of them out. I'm telling you, I am like freaking genius. You guys have no idea who you're dealing with. But anyway, that's how you can find me on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram, My Weekly Meltdown. Please follow us. Also, please subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on YouTube. Also, subscribe to Sequester Access so you can watch these shows when they go live. You have to hit the little bell and subscribe to get notifications for when they go live. Like I am religiously holding my phone like this on Sunday at 7 o'clock because I am waiting for the notification. So do that, and you can get the notification for us if you do the same thing. That is about it. Again, please subscribe. We have a little Facebook. You can get on that too if you want. Other than that, I think that's about it. If you follow the Survivor Idle Island stuff with us, we will have our finale show, not Wednesday, because there's going to be too much going on Wednesday. It'll be Thursday evening. We don't know the time yet. We don't know what Tyler's doing or whatever, or his IBS will be cleared up. But we'll have it all posted for you guys. So Thursday night, we'll have the finale coverage, and we'll be back next Sunday evening at 9:15, 8:15 Central for our Sequester Live after show, and then our Elimination show on Mondays, which we post on Tuesdays. Anyway, I think that about wraps it up. You guys have anything else? That's it. No, I didn't think so.
Maybe Tyler's not here because he ate too many of my cookies and the butter got to him.
We need to talk. Let me tell you something. If you want a natural laxative, you just need to shoot Deborah Geiger in your address. Life-changing colon blow. I'm still dehydrated from the shit that I took. I'm just being honest.
Butter intolerance.
My mom's so proud right now. She's so. I'm getting a call later. Allison, I told you about the bowel movements. I'm talking about it. I don't know. Because I'm tired. I'm done. My 0 fucks are gone. So that's it. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Thank you for watching.
See you, ladies.